1993 saw a brand new show hit television. It was amazing, it was fun, everybody was talking about it, everybody loved it, and it was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It was immensely popular. Everywhere where there's toys and coloring books and stickers and you name it, it was there, and we wanted it all. The most interesting thing about Power Rangers is actually where it came from. It actually comes from a Japanese show called Super Sentai. And Super Sentai's been around for a lot longer than Power Rangers. Now when Saban decided to do this, he approached it from the cheap angle. How can they make a TV show really cheap? Well, take all the fighting footage, all the special effects, all the giant mecha fights, take all that and just reshoot all the non-costume parts. And it worked great. I had no idea as a kid that it was even Japanese, never mind not our footage. And of course the Japanese had action figures as well, and we imported a number of those things. A lot of our action figures and Zords and the roleplay accessories all originated over there initially. One of the most interesting things is that, as I mentioned, toys came from the show, so when Zyuranger was popular, they took the props and the characters and made them into toys, and the roleplay accessories were very popular in Japan. Specifically the Morpher. So when they brought it over to the US, what did they use for the Morphers on set? The toys from Japan. So it was really cool in that way that we actually used the toys as the props. However, then we made the toys for us North Americans to purchase, and it was based off the same mold as well. So pretty much you got something very similar. We're gonna fast forward a bit to the 20th anniversary of Power Rangers. It's a big deal for collectors and for people my age now looking back. Everyone wanted pretty much the exact same Morpher that came out in Japan and that we had here to be like a one-to-one replica. And unfortunately it didn't happen. They did come out with a new die-cast model. And there was some him and hawing on the forums and online about it, but for the most part, it was a complete upgrade from the previous Morpher. But the coolest thing about the replica was that they recently had another dinosaur-themed Super Sentai over in Japan, where they featured the original Zyuranger and what we call Dino Thunder over there, and actually had this Dino episode. And it was really great, and they actually had the original person that played the original Red Ranger in Japan, and what did they use for the prop of the Morpher? Our new legacy version of the Morpher. How awesome is that? We initially used their toy as a prop, and then our toy became their prop. It's this nice circular thing that is really cool. I really love the fact that that happened. So the Legacy Morpher came out highly detailed, as I mentioned, metal coins and plates. Came with all 5 coins for the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Triceratops, the Mastodon, the saber-tooth tiger, and the pterodactyl. Had silver chrome kind of plates, as opposed to the flat silvery gray as the previous one. Some of the coolest upgrades was one is the sound effects. Now the original sound effects did have kind of a whiny ringing noise, and that was actually featured in Zyuranger, but not in Power Rangers at all. So what they did is when they retooled this, they added a few Power Rangers sound effects. So they completely got rid of any of the sounds that had to do with the Japanese show, and we did our own thing, and it's great. So the first thing that you'll see is when you turn it on, you get the Power Rangers wristwatch tone, which is great all on its own. When you press the button and you hold it for a second, you do get the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger theme song. Now, original versions of this particular device did have it, you had to hold down the button, and then they eventually tweaked it and changed it. I made sure to get one of the ones you didn't have to hold on to. But there was a number of iterations based on fans' interactions for it. Obviously, to stop the music, you just press it down and close it back up. It's fantastic. This piece, it's a little, like I mentioned, it's a little bit bigger than the previous one. It's about 10% larger, which is good for an adult, because when I was a kid, it was still kind of large and gangly. It's pretty good. It's got a nice weight. It does come with a holster for it to wear on your belt, but it's a little heavy to do that. The coolest thing is we never got North America the Green Ranger / White Ranger Morpher. They did over in Japan. They had a special edition that came with all the coins, including the Green Ranger. And Jason David Frank's character, Tommy, did use the Japanese toy version, but we never got one. Everyone wanted one though. All my friends wanted one, I wanted one. And thankfully, Bandai listened to its fans and came out with a special edition gold Morpher. And here's that one. Aesthetically, pretty much exactly the same as the silver one. However, it only came with 2 coins, and that was being the Green Ranger and the White Ranger coins used on the show. All the coins are weathered and not, chrome gold like the original toys, and that's fine with me. I like that kind of rustic look, and I really like this. They did come out with a gold, actual 24 karat plated gold version for San Diego Comic-Con, and a lot of people thought that was going to be the only version they came out with, but they did come out with a painted gold one. Funny enough, a lot more authentic to the show than the silver chromey one. So there you go, the Power Ranger Legacy Morphers, both of them, both the original 5 and the special Green Ranger, White Ranger version. Ask me in the comments below if you have any questions. These are fantastic. If you can get one, grab one. They did come out with a special movie edition one that I probably won't get or review, but definitely look for that if you like the movie. Be sure to subscribe here if you want to check out some of my other videos. I will have some more Power Ranger videos. I have some figures and Megazords, along with some of the other prop toys that I'm really excited to share as well. And be sure to click here if you want to check out one of my previous videos, and click here to check out another one. So thanks for liking and subscribing, and as always, thanks for watching.